during Sonata and Kenta's very personal main event where they were going tooth and nail. Kevin Kelly decides to break the tension by saying, oh, they're whacking each other now. Now, a less mature individual would have taken this in an absolutely dirty direction, but fortunately, I reacted to such a line with the good taste and maturity that everybody has come to expect from this channel. And with that in mind, I'm John Renton with my review, New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Japan Cup 2023 Night 5 and 6 events. Let me know your thoughts on these shows in the comments, please. And the Monday and Wednesday shows will be Human Centipede together. And then the next two shows, I believe, Friday and Saturday, will be Human Centipede together. I will do the semifinals individually and the finals individually. There's the rundown. So, yeah, just got caught up on night 6 just a bit before recording and decided, hell with it. Let's do this. And honestly, the cup matches, well, 3 of the cup matches weren't that bad. One went on a little bit too goddamn long in the undercard. Okay, there were a couple matches on the undercard that aren't worth watching, but a few that had a nice few little bit of teases. So anyway, Kevin Kelly flew solo for most of night 5 until Aaron Henare joined him a little bit later. So we get Oscar Loibe. I'm just going to start calling him Oscar because I'm never going to get his last name correct. Tama Yano versus the Great O-Cobb, aka the Great O-Khan, and Jeff Cobb and Henare. So it's a Tama and Henare preview because we're starting with night 5, because why talk about night 6 before night 5? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. And so jumpstart the usual back body drop, the Vince McMahon line from the early days of Monday Night Raw just popping into my head. Oscar got to show off a little and got hit with Rampage for the 1, 2, 3. CSJ and Fujita took on Finlay and ELP. More continued tension as opposed to more uncontinued tension with ELP and Finlay. CSJ is just a treasure. He's great to watch. Fujita got to show off some, but got hit with a blue Thunderbomb 1, 2, 3. So Bullet Club is fine? Maybe? So anyway, just 4 guys. Taka, Kanemaru, Doki, and Taichi taking on the House of Torture. No, oh fuck no. Enough House of Torture stuff. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't even want to watch the shows when House of Torture's on. I'm sorry. I don't care how good some of the wrestlers are. Sick of the antics, make the referees look like idiots, and it's all the same repetitive stuff. Taka got pinned with a pile driver by Show. Nothing against the good talents involved. I don't care about House of Torture. So Ishii and Lee Yo rush. He get on Shingo, Hiromu, and Bushi. Bushi is bound determined to get that tope in about every goddamn match he does. I imagine he probably does that in his house when he's taking out the trash. The match was fine. It was a preview for Leo versus Hiromu. Ishii and Shingo going at it once again. I'd be all for that. And the final hour pins Bushi 1, 2, 3. So then we get to Ospreay Open, Aussie Open, and Will Ospreay against Bishamon, Yoshihashi, and Goto, and Hanma. Hey, Hanma took the pin. Oh, wow, that's really shocking. I mean, this was well done, don't get me wrong, but it's just, Hanma should not be in the ring anymore. He can't work. He almost stumbles over people's feet because he can't move. He can't even pick his foot up off the goddamn ground. And I know he had a lot of health issues and a lot of injuries from doing a lot of stupid shit, but nevertheless, just he shouldn't be wrestling anymore. Aussie Open ends up, they end up tagging in to hit their finish on Hanma, so there you go. Shota's entrance takes 3 years now. I kid. Shota Umino, and I like Shota Umino. Don't misunderstand. It's just I think there are times where it's like you can do this entrance for some of the bigger shows, and then other times it's like just do the normal, whatever. Nevertheless, Okada and Tanahashi teaming up again to take on Shota Umino and Ren Narita. Henare wants more opportunities. He should get them. He has improved his work, and let's see what happens in the G1. So Shota and Tanahashi, it's the future versus the current. It's actually kind of looking into a mirror. Okada being a bit more heelish here. It was nice to see Ren Narita and Shota get some time, but even with some shots, they were going to get steamrolled, and they did. We get an elbow, high fly flow. We get a rainmaker on Narita. That's the second one. And Narita was busted open. Narita was all kinds of messed up. Okada is like, these people are beneath me, so I'm going to beat them down. And he did. So there you go. Okada and Tanahashi won. Naito and Chase. This is a second round match, and look, there are people that like Chase. That's fine. I don't. And I will even give him his props in saying he's not awful in the ring. He's just boring. This should have been half the time that it was. This went 18 minutes. This went 18 goddamn minutes. I'm all for matches being given the time when needed. This wasn't. And Naito got the victory roll 1, 2, 3. 18 minutes when 9 would have sufficed. So there you go. Sonata and Kenta in a second round match. This also would have benefited probably from being about 10 minutes shorter than it was. Even though it was good. Kenta, the day before his birthday, because night 6 was his birthday, so starts slow because they were going to go almost 30 goddamn minutes. Now, they're older, whacking each other now. That was kind of a funny line. I mean, I, of course, once again, not reacting in an immature way at all. They do good kicks and good strikes. These guys can work, but then Kenta gets we get a ref bump. Red Shoes got bumped multiple times in this, and this is where everything ground to a goddamn halt. And yes, Kenta's a heel, using a cheat and stuff. All that, I get it. But it gets repetitive. And eventually, Sonata hits his DDT spike 1, 2, 3. And while I'm glad Sonata advanced, I think they could have accomplished the same thing by trimming a good 10 minutes off of this. Not every main event needs to go this long. Heck, they rectify it on night 5, or night 6, that is, which we are going to get to now. So anyway, night 6, night 5 wasn't bad. Don't misunderstand me, but it's just, even with 8 matches, it could have been about, I'd say 20 minutes shorter. That being said, we start off with, and Jeff Cobb will join Kevin Kelly on commentary a little bit later, after his match, Oscar Loibe and Hanma face it off against Narita and Oiwa. The Young Lions got a chance to show off. If Oscar can put it together for being a big guy, it's going to be very interesting to see how he does. After his training, going on excursion, coming back, I would like to see what this guy can do in a few years. Because he's 6'7". That you can't coach size, or I mean you can coach size, but you can't teach. You can teach people how to use it, but you're born with it, or maybe it's Maybelline. But no, nevertheless, he's got the size to make this work. Boston Crab spot by Oscar. He had a nice big boot, but eventually did tap out to the figure 4. Which makes sense because he was getting his knee focused on. Again, Hanma can't move, but there you go. Narita and Oiwa gain the victory. Shota and Nakashima taking on Zack Sabre Jr. and Fujita. Nakashima's glorious hair making a return once again, making a debut. He's already been seen on television before or on programming, whatever this is. Show's entrance seems to get longer every single time. Shota versus Zack Sabre Jr. preview that's coming up on the 15th. I think, because of all the first round buys and shit, this cup is all kinds of convoluted. They really should have just gone to 32, and maybe they could have kept the same number of dates, but nevertheless. Nakashima got his elbow focused on because apparently he dislocated in the first few seconds of his debut match, which, ouch, and that's going to give him problems for the rest of his career. But the STF does end up tapping out Fujita. Okay, I would have thought that Nakashima would have taken the fall, but nevertheless, we get Shota and Zack Sabre Jr. in a match where I think Shota may get the victory, because I think we're going to get a TV title match, and Shota's possibly going to take it from Zack Sabre Jr. Maybe not. Maybe Zack holds on to it for a goddamn year. I don't know. Just 4 guys once again. Taichi, Taka, Doki, and Kanemaru. Taking on Bullet Club members Kenta, ELP, Finley, and Chase Moore. ELP and Finley tension and everything. Oh, it's Kenta's birthday, so they do a really silly rendition of Happy Birthday. And I just find it tiresome, all this Bullet Club infighting. Me too, Kevin Kelly, me too. That's not even against the talents. I mean, I think El Phantasmo is going to be kicked out of the group by either Sakura Genesis or possibly Dominion. I don't know if they're going to keep this going for that long. But a sudden death, the big kick, pins Taka 1, 2, 3. Taka seems to be taking all 4 falls, as it were. Because Taka, more often than not, unless House of Torture is on the other side, Taka's going to take the pin. Ospreay, Mark Davis, and the Great O-Cobb, Great O-Khan, and Jeff Cobb taking on House of Torture. Stop with the House of Torture stuff. Stop. Just stop. We just finished this. Stop with the House of Torture stuff. If Cobb does not beat Evil on Monday, it's going to be a very dire goddamn tournament. I mean, it's already kind of looking a little here and there, but nevertheless. So Dick got pounded down and Sheep killed for the victory. And then Chaos, the 10-man tag, by the way. So it was LIJ on the other side, just so you know. Ishii, Yoshihashi, Yano, and Lee Yo Rush. This was given some time. LIJ are great to watch when they are all together. Even though Teton is part of LIJ, but he's part of CMLL? Is that it? It's not ELO, that's a band. But there were some good chants for Naito. Everyone got a chance to shine. And Yano got triple teamed and rolled up after a number of minutes, 1, 2, 3. And then got slammed into the exposed buckle a few times. They seem to be bound, determined to just beat the shit out of Toru Yano, which I don't have anything against Yano personally. I just think his antics are tiresome. Maybe they realize this and they're trying to just beat the shit out of him. So then we get Naito and Sonata on the 17th. Methinks Naito may take this. If Sonata wins, I'm not going to complain. Jeff Cobb joins commentary. Tama Tonga versus Aaron Henare. Can Aaron Henare beat another champion? Unfortunately, no. Tama Tonga did get the victory here, but Aaron Henare had a very good showing here. Got some good near falls, got some good strikes and everything. Hit a nice rampage for 2. He even got a nice heel hook a little bit before that. Aaron Henare is cooking, as the kids say, I believe. I don't think they say that anymore. But even got Ultima on, but he let that go to try and hit another finish. That didn't work. He got hit with one gun stun out of Streets of Rage, and then got hit with the second one. 1, 2, 3. I'm not complaining about Tama winning. Aaron Henare may never be, more than maybe like a U.S. champion or a TV champion, that kind of stuff. They kind of wrote themselves into the corner. He beat Shingo. That was good. That was pretty good to see. That was a bit shocking. But good showing by Henare. And now we move on to Goto versus Kyle Fletcher. And this is the main event. And Kyle Fletcher had a good showing here. There was some good stuff. He hit a nice moonsault. He kept grinding down on Goto. No, wait, that's the wrong kind of grinding. He did, he got some good strikes in. He's got some size. And I mean, as far as tall and everything, but he can hit some good stuff. Good strikes, not the apron, the hardest part of the ring. Goto eventually uses his experience and the fact that he is Goto. He will show up eventually for a bit, even at this stage of his career. Hits a sunset flip bomb, and Kyle tries to win it, but eventually gets hit with GTR. 1, 2, 3, and there you go. That's it right there. So that's all caught up on the New Japan action. So yeah, the Monday, Wednesday shows, that'll be posted. Those will be Human Centipede Together posted Wednesday afternoon, probably, and then Friday, Saturday, probably Saturday evening, and then the Sunday semifinals will probably be posted at some point that afternoon. So yeah, New Japan Cup's actually really clicking along. If they did tours this short more often besides the G1, they might actually keep more people interested. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Recklin. I'll see you soon.